But let's get you some reactions coming in from corporate India itself. It seems like a consensus welcome to the new guidelines put out by the Reserve Bank has come in. So take a look.
Clearly wanting to give a message out that the banks will not be promoter control. There will be a governance structure in place, an independent majority, independent board. The shareholding will be there. At the same time, you are the promoter. So you will be called upon to come in and provide capital for the bank in an adversity situation. So very clearly you're designated promoter, but you don't have strong influence over the company, over the bank as if you own it in a manner of sense. So I think it differentiates between ownership and management, which is positive.
It's really worked for the regulator very well. What he's really done is, I think he's captured the essence of that particular requirement. What was the essence? The essence was that if you are in speculative businesses, and if those businesses are likely to lose value on account of market volatility, then to that extent it's a huge issue with the deposit holders and therefore the regulator. So, I mean, what he's done is he's captured the essence. He may not have specified the sectors, but now what he could do is he can create adequate evidence.
I really welcome these guidelines. They really reflect a very deep and erudite thinking on part of the Reserve Bank of India, particularly not excluding ab initio some of the corporate houses with exposure in the real estate and brokerage sectors is a very, very welcome step indeed. And the guidelines on the whole are going to go a long way in promoting the cause of financial inclusion and overall deepening of the financial sector. So we really welcome it.
All right, let's take a very quick break on that note. We'll come back.